Hey guys, welcome back to another update. It's been a couple of weeks since this whole coronavirus shutdown has sort of occurred here in Kelowna. I think we were later than most countries to sort of accept the practice, but not as late as the Americans. But we're not too far off behind them. So I believe we still have a long ways to go. We're just getting started here. And anyway, I'm just here to kind of give you an update as to what I've been up to in the last little while. And I think the best way to do that might even be to go check out downtown. I haven't been downtown in the last probably 3 weeks now, and or longer. So I've seen some odd pictures, but I think it's, as a as a photographer and a videographer, I got to go check it out from my own camera lens here. So let's go check that out. Pretty boring downtown. There's enough people to have people out and about, but not enough people to make it interesting, especially for the camera. If I'm trying to tell a story about Kelowna being isolated and whatnot, it's not really doing a good job at selling it. So I must admit, I'm not feeling well in this as anybody. We all have our own, like being isolated and just having everything canceled. I'm sure some people are in holiday mode and they kind of like this, but this is going to last a lot longer than they're going to like it. And I think one of the key things that's missing for everybody is a sense of structure. Having a routine helps us guide ourselves through the week, and everything kind of fits in and around that. Like I haven't gone to the gym in probably the better part of a month, and I'm noticing the effects there where, if I eat, or if I gotta go to the gym here, I need to give certain time, and if I go every other day, and this is when I should sleep, and it just, everything fits. And then I can have those open blocks where I got an hour here, 3 hours here. I can kind of make a decision as to what should I do with that time. Sometime I'll waste it, sometime I won't, but at least I have that option to structure that. And right now what I'm finding is I have a lot of time and no structure, and it's just very easy to go, I'll do that later, and well, later comes, and procrastination becomes quite a thing, especially when I need to be really productive. Now, with that said, I am being productive on some other fronts, which I'll get into, so we'll check that out. It's funny how the non-essential services are probably doing pretty good. Well, that's interesting. I'm not a gambler or anything, but apparently the lottery is closed. So I have had some requests about including as much links to the sources of information that I'm getting. And I will admit that I get where they're coming from, because if I was to hear somebody else's case, I'd kind of want to hear where they may have gotten some of the information from. But just keep in mind that unless it's specific about, say, a certain thing, most of what I talk about and what I know has been over the last couple of decades of learning, and it would be really, really hard to sometimes go, fetch that data just to kind of prove it. It is something that has always been something I've been wanting to do, but it's mostly a problem of man hours. So let's say if I have something that I have believed in for a long time to be true, it could take however much time just to go find sources to refine, which shouldn't be too long, but when I multiply that by however many points I need to make, it makes the whole process cumbersome and easy to not want to do. Now, keep in mind, if I had a team and we were writing and we do all our fact checking and stuff, I want to do that, but I just don't have the resources yet. So just bear in mind with that. But about that park there, found a nice spot up here, so let's go to the park. I bet that's a show that never got watched. It's unfortunate. Oddly enough, I see this every year, but I wonder if there's going to be an exception or a difference this year. But yeah, they drain it essentially to do maintenance, but I don't think I've seen it drain this low. So we'll see. All right, I want to end off and just say that I'm working on my next project. It's my next theory, and I'm still trying to figure out the language that I want to use for it and how I want to tell that story, because Like I've mentioned before, I don't have a crystal ball in this, but I am doing my best to figure out what this is going to look like in 3 months and 3 years from now. And I see two potential paths. I see a dark, grim one where the government controls everything and essentially we become, well, the freedoms that we know it, they're going to be gone. But I see another possibility, the silver lining. Even though we got to go through some dark days and some uncomfortable times, we got to change, and change is never comfortable. But this could be the largest revolution in human history. And if there are people out there that are capable of trying to tell the story in a positive light by providing solutions and whatnot, I think there's a lot of good ideas out there that need to be fulfilled. Our old way of life was too unsustainable. I mean, a lot of people don't really get that. They get the definition, but they don't understand when that ends or what it means to change. And we're gonna face that right now. This isn't a virus problem. This is a meltdown of the entire global economy. And this is just a timing thing. I'm not going to jump on the conspiracy wagon just yet and say that this is a man-made virus, but I do believe that we and everybody is looking at this as an opportunity to figure out what we need to do next. The time is now, or tomorrow, or next week, or next month, but what we do, in that time is going to change the course of human history forever. So, I hope that I will be part of that storytelling, and I'm here in Kelowna, and I hope to be a part of Kelowna's story. And even though I was hoping to tell a better story for a while, these are the times. In any case, though, do your best to stay positive, stay mentally as healthy and physically as healthy as you can. It's easier said than done because of the quarantine, the isolation, and a lot of the fear that's going on. But it's really important that we remain healthy. And in fact, I hope that's the biggest lesson that we learn in all this is our health has got to be number one. Health and family, those are the number two things. And our economy should circle around that to best facilitate that, and not the economy that we have right now, which is just pure greed and pure profits. It's all about the short term right now. And as we're learning right now, the short-term strategies do not benefit us for the long term. And we're going to be suffering because of that. But anyway, look forward to seeing that video coming out. I suspect it'll be this month sometime. I don't know if it'll be this week or the next. But cheers. Have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you around sometime. Suppose there are easier ways here to keep people from meandering about some places that they have no business in. And for an instance, if they have no tourists, no clientele, then why not put up a gate?